Hello and welcome to Rock Your Block. I'm your host, Tia Young, and today we are going to talk about a subject that takes me back to when I was a little girl, going to the beauty parlor. I would hate going to the beauty parlor because my hair was long and thick, and I had to sit under the hot, very hot dryer for at least an hour, and sometimes even longer, depending upon the service that I was getting. My forehead, my ears, and my neck would be like paper when I came from underneath the hair dryer. Many women still suffer today from the hot hair dryer. Our guest today has invented a really cool shield that is pleasing to the eye, and it does the job of keeping the client cool while underneath the hair dryer. Please welcome Elsie Evans, founder and chief executive officer of UBShield. Elsie, welcome to Rock Your Block. How are you today?
I'm great.
Such a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Well, we're going to get right into it because I have 100 questions for you, and we got to get them all done in 30 minutes.
Wow.
So first, what exactly is the UBShield, and why would someone want to buy a UBShield?
The UBShield is a product that will change everything in the salon and at home because it can be used at home. This UBShield is, here it is. This device, it will allow people to sit under a hair dryer, use a blow dryer, use a curling iron, and not get overheated, burned, or scorched during their beauty treatment. What it is an elasticized band here. It has ear cuffs, and when put on the head, a person can sit under there cool, calm, and collected. It causes them to have peace of mind now. No need to grab the ears, no need to say ouch, or worry about a neck being burned.
Wow. And I have to say right off at the bat, it's very attractive.
Thank you.
When you brought them in, I'm thinking that it was like a sun visor or something that I could wear going shopping. The way it flops, I love the way that it drapes over the face.
Well, actually some people use it as a sun visor.
Wow.
They have started to do various things with it, and it's just like baking soda. We know it's used for cooking, right, but we also use it to clean in the restroom.
That's true.
We use it to deodorize the refrigerator.
Yeah.
So this UBShield has so many purposes. We call it the OmniShield because it's a hair dryer heat shield, a blow dryer heat shield, a curling iron shield, a hairspray shield, and when flipped backwards, people use it to put on their makeup, put eyelashes on.
Wow.
It has many uses.
Wow. Well, what motivated you to create the UBShield?
My faith. I said that because for years, I was so concerned about what was going on in the salons. I had an experience myself, first of all, that just really bothered me in that through many processes, my stylist was headed to the trash can with a handful of my hair.
Oh, no.
And I had to go to the salon every week to restore the hair. During this experience, it was pretty rough because there was nothing to protect me from all the heat of the hair dryer. And then when the stylist got to my hair with the curling iron, there was nothing to come between me and the 400 degrees of the curling iron. So I had many concerns, I have many complaints. But during this time, I could see that the other people in the salon had the same concerns and complaints that I had.
Right. So your hair was taken out because of the heat?
No,
or was it some other process?
I did so many treatments, too close together.
Okay.
And
right.
The hair
just came out. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And because of that, I wanted my hair restored.
Yes.
So I had to go to the salon quite often. And to me, it was just too much because it was too much to sustain for my skin every week. So, but the biggest thing about this thing, going to the salon so often, is that I saw the children frequently crying. Like you described earlier,
Yeah, that's
the little
true.
girls want to have versatile styles,
Right.
but it's too much to just bear down on them with the kind of heat under a dryer. And to have curling irons that heat up to, say, 140, well, the curling irons heat up to 400.
I didn't know that.
But the dryers and the blow dryers heat up to over 140 degrees. So, you know, we don't want it on our skins, but consider the little girls.
Yeah.
It has really
a lot of
bothered
heat.
me.
Yeah.
And when I said my faith, I really worried about this thing to the point I said, if nobody else is going to do something about it, God, help me do something about it.
Yeah.
And he did.
In the form of a vision?
In the form of a vision.
In the form of a
I mean,
vision.
I actually made a vow. And after I made that vow, I was just walking through the mall, and the vision came to me of really this shield. I didn't know what it would look like, but I knew what it would do. I knew that it would protect the face, the ears, and the neck. So I got busy trying to create it. I wouldn't want to even tell you what it looked like in the beginning because it has gone through many transitions.
Yes.
But now we know that this is what is here to protect the women and the girls.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, Elsie, did it take you long to get where you are today? Can you tell us a little bit about some of the successes and maybe some of the challenges in getting this out on the market, getting it developed and patented and finally in the marketplace? Has that been
Oh, it has been
a rough road?
It has been a rough road. But as I mentioned to you before, my faith kept me on my path.
Yes.
I will tell you, the very first patent that was filed on the shield was a very long time ago in the early 2000s. But it looked nothing like this. And it actually had a lot of plastic features going for it. But now, you know, through the years, we have done a lot of visiting salons, a lot of talking to people, a lot of talking to stylists, a lot of trying to get a gist of just what was needed before we concluded everything, just how to do it. We knew what was needed, but we didn't know how to get where we were going. Right. We have been to manufacturers all over the place. We have talked to business developers. It's been a road of a need for finances at times, just different things.
Right.
But
we
continued and continued, and now we have the product, and it's available.
Wow. Now, what is the fabric like? Because it looks like it's, you've got two sides. I see one side seems to be smooth.
Yes.
And then the other side is quilted. Is that what you would say? So tell us a little bit about the fabric.
This is a quilted device. We at one point, there were 3 layers of fabric. Back to your other question, we knew it had to be thick enough and resistant enough so that when a person went under that dryer, they would not feel that heat. This shield, because of the thickness of the fabric, is cloth and it's nylon. So this allows when it's fanning out, it allows that heat to just be redirected away from the face, ears, and neck. And could I demonstrate?
Sure.
Okay.
I was about to ask you to do that.
Okay, to just put it on, just mount it on the head in seconds. It doesn't take any time to do it. Then you just fit your ears in the ear cuff.
Wow.
And it just fans out. And there you are. So the heat goes in other directions.
Other directions, yeah.
Yes.
And that works for short hair, long hair?
It works for all hair.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it's not for any one particular race, or I mean, anybody can use this.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're saying that because it does work for all types of hair.
Okay.
For long hair, though, I would suggest that a person would just put it around their neck and then pull it up.
Pull it up. Okay. Okay.
Tuck the ears in.
Right. And then pull the hair out.
And there it is.
There it is. Look at that. That is such an attractive
And
shield. It really is.
Thank you.
Wow.
So I would like to also mention that you can flip it. You take the ears to a different side. Just flip it because it is reversible. And for people also with long hair, you may want to close it in the front so that there's no chance of the Velcro getting hooked up with the hair.
Hooked up with the hair, yeah.
So, and then with that,
Just
they
pull
would
it
still
up.
just pull it up because it doesn't matter which direction it is in, front or back.
Right.
As a matter of fact, it's firmer, shoots out firmer this way.
Wow.
So for long hair, one may consider just closing it in the front.
That's amazing, Elsie. Now, I know earlier in the show you mentioned some of the top benefits of the UBShield and why people need it. Would you just kind of go back over that a little bit, and then we're probably headed for a break real soon, but if you would go over that.
Okay, thank you. The top benefits. There are so many benefits of the UBShield, but the main thing is using it with the hairdryer. The main thing is the hairdryer because it's a situation where women have suffered so many years with nothing to protect them, and they just go under. And they're sitting there sometimes for long periods of time.
Yeah.
With this, there are also different situations where people may not be able to, say someone is disabled and they're unable to just sit a long time. People actually fall asleep under there.
Right.
But if the shield is on, they're safer.
They're protected.
Yes.
They're protected.
And let me just say that the curling iron with the very, very high temperatures, up to 400, with the shield and the elastic, the stylist is able to manipulate the elastic to move wherever they need it to move to.
Okay.
So that they are able to go all the way around the head quickly if they want to, say, straighten the hair or flat iron it. Even with the hairspray.
Wow. We're going to take a break, and we're going to pick right up there when we return. We'll be right back after these announcements, so don't touch that dial.
How can you keep your wealth in good health? How can you protect yourself? Each week, the hosts and guests provide education about wealth empowerment, tax laws, healthcare basics, retirement strategies, money management, and much more.
Welcome back. You're watching Rock Your Block with our special guest, Elsie Evans. Elsie, prior to the break, we were discussing some of the uses of the shield, and I think it's pretty clear about what it does under the dryer.
Yes.
But what if I'm sitting in a stylist's chair and I'm getting my hair curl, and in the old days and some of the newer days, I'm getting burned forehead, I'm getting burned on the neck, I'm getting burned on the ear. So will this shield protect me from that?
Tia, that's why we call it the game changer, because that's over. That is over for you.
Amazing.
You will not go to the salon anymore and get burned if you have your UBShield, okay? The thing is, as we were saying before the break, you can manipulate it around the hairline to the place where it is on your head while the stylist is using the curling iron.
Okay.
And she can pull it. The ear part is the very unique part about this shield. It holds it in place. So she doesn't have to worry about it slipping off your head.
Right.
All she has to do is just make it go wherever she needs it to go.
So long hair, short hair, curling, short hair, and
Curling,
long hair, it's no problem?
It's
with
no
that?
problem. Now, there is one thing that during our time of visiting and talking to stylists that we have not totally ironed out, and that's when you have a very short style and a long neck hairline.
Okay.
Going under the dryer,
Right.
not the other functions, but going under the dryer. This shield cups around the hairline. So if it's extremely long and they're going under the hair dryer and they want it to lay straight and flat,
Right.
it may cause a crimp or I'll say a wave.
A wave,
Yes.
yeah, in the hair. Okay, good. Now, Elsie, what are some of your customers saying about the product? I'm curious to know. I mean, I haven't tried it. This is the first time I've ever seen anything like this. But I'm saying, wow, this is awesome. So what about those people that actually have a shield? What are they saying?
Well, our main customers are the stylists, and they love it because they're able to do some things now that they couldn't do before.
Okay.
For example, a lot of them did not want to do children's hair. And let's face it, you cannot make a child just sit still for a long time. It's impossible. And the electronic distraction now is pretty challenging as well.
Right.
So a lot of stylists said, I don't do children's hair. But when they were introduced to the UBShield, they said, okay, because the child can do what they need to do, and the stylist has no fear of burning
them. Yes.
them.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yes, and the stylists, that's one thing about them. For the disabled, for the elderly, they are so pleased to use it on them.
My next question has to do with marketing and being able to get the product. Are you able to actually get it into the shops, or are you going to distributors? What kind of experience have you had with that?
Well, we've had a slow start with social media, but we're there now. But we do workshops.
Okay.
We really get out into the public with it to do demonstrations. And we talk to people. We visit salons often.
Good.
Talking to the stylists, talking to the clients. And it's very good because these people are saying, why wasn't this out there years ago? You know, they're saying, you know, I could have used this many years ago. But, the really good thing, and back to my heart's issue, is mothers are okay now with taking their daughters to the salon.
Wow.
Because you don't want your baby to be subjected to any risk of burn
Right.
or discomfort.
Right. That's true.
And you know, I've seen the little girls actually bend over under a hairdryer, and the heat is hitting the child's back versus the child's head, the hair area, because it's too uncomfortable for that child.
Elsie, what do you do? You mentioned that you're doing workshops and events like that. How are you able to do that? Because most hairdressers I know, they're working almost 24/7, 7 days a week, and when you go into a shop, it's crowded. So are you speaking while the customers are there, or how are you able to do the workshops?
Well, what we're doing so far is to arrange it ahead of time, and usually we have about 7 to 12 stylists in one place when we do a workshop. And their clients, when the clients are there, they are fine with the clients being there. So, and the clients are happy to be there as well.
Right.
So the reception is awesome because when we do workshops like this, we have all of the equipment in place to do testing, live testing. So it gets pretty exciting because they go under the dryer without the UBShield. Then they go under with it, and then they're like, oh,
Wow, it's wonderful.
yes.
And the distributors, have you started even trying to
Yes.
get it in marketed through distributors?
Yes, we have some of the stylists are distributors.
Really?
We have distributors of other products, other salon products that have taken on the UBShield. And we also have been requested by a couple of local beauty supply stores because they would like to stock it. They would like to sell it at, one of them is #1 Beauty Supply in Marlow Heights, Maryland. Another one is Beauty To You in Brandywine, Maryland.
Wow. And the colors, I noticed you brought with you today purple and red and black.
Yes.
Are these the main colors, or do you have others?
These are the main colors that we have in stock right now. These are available, but we anticipate that we will have all colors, including animal prints and whatever is needed.
Right. Well, Elsie, you've talked a little bit about your faith, and I think that is wonderful. But I also want to hear a little bit about the family, because you have 2 sons.
Yes.
And they're part of the business. And I just get so excited about family businesses because back in the day, people, oh, you can't work with your family, you know, don't even try it, you know, it's a hard thing to do. So tell us a little bit about your family and the support that you get from them and the support of your sons.
Well, I just say just the opposite. I would not want to work without my family.
Oh, that's wonderful.
My sons are awesome, and my husband is awesome. Shelton is awesome. He has been with me all these years, seeing me go through all of these changes and supporting me all the way. I mentioned before, financial, you know, whatever you try to start, it's going to always cost something. So we have, you know, pulled together this way, and we've pulled together that way. But my husband has always been there for me. My sons have always been there. Their help is priceless because they're coaches, they are helpers. When the shipments come in, we're all there counting, we're doing inventory, we are shipping. We all work together.
And your shipments, are they coming in from all over the United States, or how does that work?
We're getting orders from all over the U.S.
Wow.
We have the UBShield on Amazon.com, and it's on our website as well. So they're coming from all over. The thing is, the question you asked before is how are we marketing? We, at this point, have not actually done a great marketing campaign, and yet it has been exposed all over the U.S. so far. So at this point, we are getting ready to do a concentrated marketing campaign.
And you mentioned that you were getting into social media more now.
Yes.
And good. Elsie, let's go back to the part about the different special types of hair and the processing. Talk a little bit about that, because that's always been an issue with thinking that some products are only for certain type of, you know, hair types, and you know, I really want that. I want to drive that home that this is for anyone.
Yes.
Everyone, no matter what grade of hair you have.
Yes. Let me start answering that question with consider the smoothing treatments. Everybody's doing it, because it changes things. I believe these smoothing...
Now, smoothing, tell what that is.
Sort of like a Brazilian blowout.
Brazilian blowout.
Yes.
Exactly what is that? I've heard about that, but I've never had that done.
That's one of the treatments that take about 2.5 hours to do. And doing the treatment, the flat iron and the blow dryer are used several times. The treatment, the product is put on the hair, is blown dry, and is smoothed with the flat iron several times during a 2.5 hour process.
Heat? That's a lot of heat.
And it must, the blow dryer must be at the highest temperature.
Oh my.
And the curling iron is the flat iron is recommended to be at 400 degrees. And this person is going through this process for 2.5 hours.
Heat? 2.5 hours of nothing but either flat iron or blow dry?
They're washing and doing whatever they're doing, and then they're going back to the drying and the ironing of the hair. All people are getting this done because it only it lasts for 3 months. So once they do it, it's worth it to them to go through the process. But can you imagine doing it for 2.5 hours without the UBShield?
No,
I can't imagine it. I know a mother and daughter. The young girl is about 13. She loves it, but not without this. You know, you need protection from the heat.
Yeah.
Even the dreads or the twist, men even use the UBShield. That's what I'm trying to get at.
That was my next question. What about the guys?
Yes.
So how does that work with the dreadlocks, and it doesn't matter whether they're short or long?
Well, they have to go in and sit under the dryer once they're washed.
Yeah.
So one stylist was telling me that a gentleman saw the purple one. She brought the purple one out to him, and he said, "Oh, I can't be seen with that one." And when she brought the black one out, he will never go under there without a UBShield.
Isn't that something?
Yes, it is, because, you know, men have to understand, well, men wouldn't tolerate this too much anyway, you know.
Yeah,
so he has a solution early on.
Right. Well, Elsie, we are just about out of time, but I want you to have the last word. What would you say to aspiring entrepreneurs with a product such as yours and maybe having hesitation or reservations about going forward?
I would say that if you have an idea, if you really believe in what you have, don't let anything stop you.
All right, that's it.
Okay.
That's good, that's good.
It works.
We want to thank you, Elsie, so much for sharing your dynamic invention, the UBShield, with us. Next time you're on the set, and I do hope you'll come back again, we want you to bring Yusef and Tiwan and your husband so they can share with us how they help you in the business. I love family businesses. Thank you, viewers, for watching Rock Your Block. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.